Let's get more now. We can bring in Behnam Ben Taleblu, Senior Director of the Iran Program at the Foundation for Defense of Democracy. It's always great to have you on the BBC. Just based on what we heard in that interview with Iran's Deputy Foreign Minister, what do you think the chances are right now that we actually could see these nuclear negotiations actually continue?
Well, it's a pleasure to be with you. It seems like the Iranians were at least predicating the chances of talks continuing on some sort of a guarantee from the West, from the Trump administration in particular, about no further attack. But the American desire or American willingness to attack has entirely everything to do with the regime's willingness and capability to either covertly or overtly reconstitute that which is left of its atomic program. So again, the ball is in the regime's court here. And one reason, the deputy foreign minister was hinting quite often in that interview why they were caught off guard was because they assumed that so long as Iran and America were talking, Israel and Iran were not shooting. I think the past 12, 13 days significantly disprove that, and that puts quite a bit more distance between them and some kind of achievable diplomatic solution in the short term, at least.
Well, in terms of Iran's actual capabilities as they stand right now, we heard from the head of the UN's nuclear watchdog warning that Iran could actually resume enriching uranium within a few months. What do you make of that assessment?
Yeah, it depends a great deal on if they have access to some of the highly enriched uranium or some of the other stockpile that may not have been hit or may have been squirreled away or may be remaining still within canister within a collapsed facility or within a tunnel at a facility called Isfahan, which is allegedly some of the tunneling complexes there as deep, if not deeper, than the Fordo fuel enrichment plant, which was about 300 feet under rock in concrete. But make no mistake, if you believe that every site that was once overt was once covert in the past 20 years, which it was with respect to the Islamic Republic, and there isn't continuity of knowledge, as the IEA has warned since 2021 about things like centrifuge manufacturing, you put those two things together, centrifuge manufacturing and fissile material, and you get the very core, the basis for developing weapons-grade uranium, should you choose to do so. So this entire thing right now is going to hinge on detection and IEA being able to prevent or detect diversion.
Well, there's probably, and this is something we heard there really from the Iranian official himself, but there could be a debate happening right now within Iran about exactly what to do next. Does Iran pursue a nuclear weapon still, maybe covertly, or do they come to the negotiating table? What do you think those discussions are like within Iran's decision makers when it comes to what to actually do next?
It's an excellent question because the Islamic Republic has shown, time and time again that it can walk and chew gum at the same time, particularly with respect to the nuclear issue. It can talk and it can escalate its program. It can invite more intrusive inspections into declared facilities while retaining access or information or undeclared facilities or undeclared material. This has largely been the problem of the kaleidoscopic approach the Islamic Republic takes to its nuclear program. But lest the audience forget, a little over 20 years ago, the Islamic Republic had one coherent approach to this program, which was to develop an atomic fait accompli to ultimately have at least 5 warheads for a very, very small arsenal. Ever since some of its facilities were detected in 2002, revealed to the international community, European diplomacy began for 3 years, then UNSC referral began since 2006. The regime has adopted an advance under fire approach to its atomic program, trying to take 2 steps forward, 1 step back, which has actually bought it a considerable amount of time and bought capability that up until very recently had provided this regime with at least the deterrent dividend of a nuclear weapon without having to cross that threshold. So no doubt there's a whole host of debate in Iran today when they see their conventional deterrent architecture collapsing. You all have, and you do have, hardliners pushing for taking away what is left of the regime's nuclear program and going towards the ultimate weapon.
Behnam, that ceasefire between Israel and Iran is holding for now. We heard Iran's deputy foreign minister there saying, they're kind of taking a wait-and-see approach. But do you get the feeling that this is a ceasefire that will last at least several months longer? Or, how fragile is this right now?
Well, I would say it's fragile, but I would say in the very short term, it can hold. I will note, however, that you have to significantly caveat the word ceasefire, given the fact that both in Jerusalem and actually more importantly in Tehran, they don't like to use this word when it comes to the pause that the ceasefire has brought this larger Iran-Israel war, which over the past 4 decades used to exist in the shadows and through direct exchanges in 2024 crept out of the shadows, and with this 12-day war in 2025 has remained out of the shadows. So certainly I think it'll hold in the short term. But the advantage one side may have over the other in the medium to long term, that's too soon to tell.
Okay, Behnam Ben Taleblu, Senior Director of the Iran Program at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. Thank you as always.
Thank you.